Hello guys, today we'll be discussing about carrier transport. Last class we have seen that there are two types of carrier transport in case of semiconductor. One is diffusion and the second one is drift. We have also derived the expressions for diffusion current and we have seen that the diffusion process is due to the difference in carrier concentration gradient. Today we'll see what is drift and what is the expression for drift current. In the process of diffusion, we have seen that the carriers moves due to the difference in carrier concentration or concentration gradient. Here we will see why this drift current is occurring or why the carriers are being drifted. The drift occurs due to the applied electric field. First we will see when there is no external field applied. This is a semiconductor. Here these green dots over here are the lattice points where the atoms are there, and these red dots over here are electrons, or I can say carriers. When no external field is applied, this is a pure semiconductor, there is no external field applied to this semiconductor. We will see what will happen to these carriers over here, that may be electron or hole. I'll first show you what is happening to a single carrier. This is a carrier. So when there is no external field, it is moving randomly inside the semiconductor. It moves in a straight line till it hits an atom. Once it hits an atom, then it will change its path. Again it will move in a straight line till it hits another atom. Once it hits another atom, again it will change its direction. So the direction of movement continues in a single direction till it hits an atom. Once it hits, the direction will change. That means the direction is changing continuously. Whenever the atom is hitting a lattice or the atom, then the direction is changing. It is moving very randomly. As you can see over here, this carrier is moving randomly. Similarly, all the carriers, when there is no external field applied to the semiconductor, they will move randomly inside the semiconductor. As you can see over here, all the carriers are moving randomly. From here, what we have seen, the carriers move freely inside the semiconductor lattice when there is no external field applied to the semiconductor. The carriers move in a particular direction until they collide with another semiconductor lattice atom. Whenever they collide with a lattice atom, they will change their direction. And the net movement of carriers in any direction, if we will take, because they are moving very randomly, we have to take the vector sum, and in a particular direction we have to take all the vector components of the velocities in that particular direction. And obviously as they are moving very randomly, that will be equals to 0. The net movement of carriers in any direction is equals to 0. Next we will see, if we are applying some electric field to the semiconductor, what is happening, how the carriers are changing their motion. So this is the semiconductor and these green dots are the atoms at the lattice sides. These red dots are electrons and these black dots are hole. Now, if I am applying some electric field, this is the applied electric field and the direction of the electric field is from positive to negative. So, this is the direction of the electric field. What is the charge of electron? Right, these are negatively charged particles and holes are nothing but absence of electrons, and those are considered as positive carriers. This is the positive side and this is the negative side. As electrons are negative, they will move towards the positive terminal of the applied electric field, because always there is a force of attraction between oppositely charged particles. So this side is positive and electrons are negatively charged, so they will move towards the positive terminal. Electrons move opposite to the electric field direction, because they are moving in this direction and electric field direction is This is the electric field direction, and they are moving opposite to the direction of the electric field. Now coming to the hole, holes are positively charged carriers. So if they are positively charged, obviously they will move towards the negative terminal of the applied field. So the direction of the motion of the holes are in the same direction as that of the electric field. So holes move in the direction of the applied electric field. Electron moves opposite to the applied electric field, and holes, they move in the same direction as the applied electric field. So this is what we have seen, that electrons are moving opposite to the direction of the electric field and holes are moving in the same direction as the applied electric field. If we will consider the velocity of the electron as VdE, here V is the velocity, D I am writing because this is due to the drift of the electrons. Whenever we are applying an electric field, as the carriers are charged particles, they will be drifted by the applied electric field, and hence I am writing this as VdE. This is the drift velocity Vd, and E shows that this is for electrons. So VdE is the drift velocity acquired by the electrons due to the applied electric field, and we have seen that the electrons move opposite to the applied electric field, and hence if it is the direction of the electric field, VdE is in the opposite direction to that of the electric field. Electron drift velocity is opposite to the direction of the electric field. Coming to the hole, VdP I have written here. Again, Vd is the drift velocity, and P shows that this is the drift velocity of the holes due to the applied electric field. And we have seen in the previous slide that they are moving in the direction of the electric field. So the direction of the drift velocity of the holes are in the same direction as that of the electric field. So hole drift velocity is in the direction of the electric field. We all know whenever there is a carrier movement, it will lead to generation of current. So we will see what is the direction of the current due to the drift of electrons and holes. Till now what we have seen, the electrons are drifted opposite to the direction of the electric field. If electrons are moving in this direction, what will be the direction of current? Always the direction of current is opposite to the movement of or the motion of electrons. So if it is moving opposite to the electric field, the drift current which is being generated due to the drift of electrons, that will be in the same direction as that of the electric field. So if Jn drift, Jn is the current density, N I am writing because this is due to the electron movement, and drift shows that it is due to drift of the electrons. So a Jn drift will be in the same direction as that of the electric field. What about the drift current due to holes? Yes, your guess is right. Jp drift. Here this J is the current density, P is due to the hole movement, and drift shows that it is due to the drift of holes. We have seen that the holes are moving in the same direction as of electric field, and we all know that the direction of the current due to hole movement is in the same direction as the movement of holes. So if holes are moving in the direction of electric field, obviously the drift current due to hole is along the direction of the electric field. Here you can see, though the electrons and holes, they are moving in opposite directions, the current due to the movement of electrons and holes are in the same direction. So always the total current is getting added. From here what we conclude that the drift current due to electron and hole movement both are in the same direction, that is in the direction of the hole movement or the electric field. Now we will derive the expressions for these drift currents. Before going to the derivation, let me tell you one physical quantity which plays a vital role in the derivation of drift current, that is nothing but our mobility. And mobility is known as as the drift velocity of carriers per unit electric field. We know that the carriers are being drifted by the applied electric field. When they are drifted, they are moving with certain velocity, and if they are acquiring a velocity of amount v when we are applying a electric field E, then the mobility is given as velocity per unit applied electric field. Here if I am considering Vd as the drift velocity and E as the applied electric field, Vd is the amount of velocity acquired by the carriers due to the applied electric field E. Then what is mobility? Mobility is the drift velocity per unit applied electric field. That means mu is equals to Vd by E, right? So mu is equals to Vd by E, that is the mobility is equals to the drift velocity per unit applied electric field. In the previous slide, what we have seen, if this is the direction of the electric field, the electrons, they are drifted in the opposite direction of the electric field, and holes, they are drifted in the same direction or along the electric field. This is the direction of the drift velocity for electron, and this is the direction for drift velocity of hole. From here, if you see, the mobility for electron is equals to minus Vdn by E. Here this minus is coming because E and Vdn are in opposite direction. Now what about this mu p? Mu p is equals to Vdp by E. As Vdp and E both are in the same direction, we have taken this as positive, and as here the drift velocity for electron and electric field both are in opposite direction to each other, I have taken this as negative. Now let us move towards calculating the current density. Before calculating the current density, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate the charge density or the carrier density. And that can be obtained by multiplying the carrier concentration with the drift velocity. Once we obtain the carrier density, we can calculate the current density by just multiplying the charge of the carrier into carrier density. That means the current density is equals to charge into carrier density. If we will consider the charge as E, then the current density is equals to NeVd, because N into Vd is the carrier density, E is the charge, and the current density is equals to charge into carrier density. This is the general formula for calculating the current density. Now we will calculate the current density due to drift of electron and holes separately. We will start with the general expression what we have obtained in the last slide, that is for current density is given as NeVd. N is number of carriers, E is charge of a single carrier, Vd is the drift velocity. First we will see for electron. What is the current density due to drift of electron? So Jn drift, if this is the current density due to the drift of electron, that should be equals to N is the number of electrons, E, that is the charge of a single carrier, and here we are considering electrons, so charge of an electron is equals to minus Q. Vd is our drift velocity, and in the previous slide we have calculated Vd for electron is equals to minus mu Ne. So Jn drift for electron is equals to this minus, and this minus will become plus. So it is Nq mu Ne. That means Jn drift is equals to Qn mu Ne, where Q is the magnitude of charge of the electron, N is number of electrons, mu N is the mobility of electron, and E is the applied electric field. Now coming to the current density due to hole. What will be the expression? Jp drift, here again P is due to the hole, drift is, this is the drift component of the current, is equals to, here N is the number of holes. So I have replaced this as P to distinguish that this is due to hole. So P is the number of holes. E is charge of a single hole, and hole are positively charged particles, so it is cross Q. And BD, what we have calculated for hole, it is mu P E, and as the holes are moving in the same direction as the electric field, this is cross mu P E. So multiplying this, what we will get? We will get JP drift is equals to QP mu PE. Q is the magnitude of charge of an hole. P is the number of holes. Mu P is the mobility of hole. E is the applied electric field. So this one is the drift current density due to the drift of electron, and this expression gives the current density due to drift of holes. In these two expressions, N and P are electrons and hole concentration. Mu N and mu P are electron and hole mobility. And what is E? That is the applied electric field. Till now, we have calculated the drift velocity due to the drift of electrons and holes separately. Now we will see what is the total drift current density. We have obtained the drift current due to drift of electron is equals to Q and mu and E, and the drift current density due to the drift of holes is equals to Qp mu Pe. Now we will see what is the total current density due to drift of both the carriers, that is electrons and holes. So for electrons and holes we have calculated separately. Now we are going to calculate the total amount. So how can one obtain that? That is a simple thing. We have to just add them up. So what is the total current density due to drift, that is J drift, is equals to the drift current due to the electron drift and the drift current due to hole drift. Now we have already the expressions for these two. If we will substitute those values into this equation, what we will get? J drift is equals to Jn drift is equals to Q n mu n E, and Jp drift is Qp mu p E. From these two terms, if you can see Qe, that is present in both the terms, so I can take those two terms common, and what I left with it, that is n mu n plus p mu p. So the total current density due to drift of carriers is equals to QE into n mu n plus p mu p, where this Q is the magnitude of the charge of holes and electrons, E is the applied electric field, N is electron concentration, mu N is electron mobility, P is hole concentration, and mu P is hole mobility. Let us now summarize all the equations for carrier transport what we have obtained till now. So this is the diffusion current due to electron, that is equals to Q dn by dx. This is our, what is dn by dx? That is our electron concentration gradient, and Q is the magnitude of charge of electron, and dn is the diffusion coefficient for electron. Similarly, for hole we have obtained Jp diffusion is equals to minus Q dp by dx, and this dp by dx is our hole carrier concentration gradient, and dp here is the diffusion coefficient for hole, and Q is again the magnitude of the charge. So the drift component is given as Jn drift is equals to Qn mu n E. This is for electron drift, and hole drift gives us the drift current is equals to Qp mu p E. So these are the four components of currents due to drift and diffusion of electrons and holes. Now from these four expressions we can generate the current component due to hole only, due to electrons only, due to diffusion only, due to drift only. Whatever is asked, we can just find out the expression for these four equations. If you are asked to find out the diffusion component, you have to add these first two equations. If you are asked to find out the total drift current, then you have to add these third and fourth equations. And if you are asked to find out what is the current density due to the electron movement or electron transport, that is Jn, and electron transfers occurs due to both diffusion and drift. So we have to add up the drift current and diffusion current due to the movement of electrons to obtain the total current density due to electron. So Jn is equals to Qn mu n E plus Qn dn by dx. This is due to diffusion and the first one is due to drift. Similarly, for holes, the total current density is sum of the drift current as well as the diffusion current. Here the first term is due to drift and the second one is due to diffusion. So these are the most important equations you will be using in your further calculations in semiconductor physics. So you need to remember all these equations. What are the different current components due to drift and diffusions of electrons and holes. Let us wind up our class with a brief comparison between drift and diffusion currents. We have seen that the drift current is due to the movement of carriers when we are applying an electric field. That means the movement of carriers are due to the applied electric field. In case of diffusion, the movement of carriers are due to the difference in carrier concentration. And drift current depends on the direction of the electric field. So wherever the electrons are moving towards the positive terminal and the holes are moving towards the negative terminal, so it depends on the direction of the applied electric field. Whereas the diffusion current, the direction depends on the concentration gradient. To which direction the concentration of the electrons or holes are decreasing, the carriers will move from higher concentration to lower concentration, and hence the direction depends on the concentration gradient. Hope you must have understood what is the different types of carrier transport involved in case of semiconductor and what is the difference between drift and diffusion, how they contribute the different current to the semiconductor. Today we will stop here. Thank you all and have a nice day.